This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, this is a very moving moment for me because the truth is, this is my Rabbi. I was zocheh to be in his shir. The last year he gave shir. So, I asked Mechila, probably I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have. But he was my Masada Kedushin. The Yeshiva was Yehuda Sandak. Before, you probably don't remember it so well. Yeah. And Rosh is the founder of all the Chavetz Chaim Yeshivas across America. So really, I only learned by the Rosh for 1 year, but all my Rabbeim were Talmidim of Rav Henach, Zechat Levracha. He was a Kohen Meyuchas from the Shach. He had Yichas going back to the Shach. We mentioned Rav David passed away in 1941. The Rosh Yeshiva was a Bachar, 23 years old. He took over the Yeshiva, and he led the Yeshiva courageously for 67 years. I remember every Asar Simei Tshuva, the Rosh Yeshiva would break down crying. He would ask the Tzibur from Mechila. He would say, "What do you want? I became a Rosh Yeshiva at 23 years old. I was so young, I didn't have a tata." We'll say, Lezechusai. There are yeshivas today in Queens, in Rochester, in Brooklyn, in Florida, in Milwaukee, in Eretz Yisroel, in Dallas, in Los Angeles, in Vancouver, in St. Louis, in Henderson, which is otherwise known as Las Vegas, in Cherry Hill. Hundreds and thousands of Talmidim, one of the most influential Marbitzei Torah in the last century, one of the greatest Marbitzei Torah in Klal Yisrael. So I just want to share with you, Rav Henach's legacy is Ion HaTorah, learning Be'ion, sweating and learning. The Midas HaEmes, like we mentioned this morning, he would not take a penny if it was not absolutely pure money. Harbatzas Torah, that the Talmidim don't just learn indefinitely, but they go out to share their Torah. So I'm going to share with you one shmooze, one famous idea of Rav Henach. This is one of his famous shmoozin. Chazal say, the Gemara says, Hillel, it's a Gemara in Yuma Lamed Hamad Beis, Ani, Ashir, Rasha, Baladin. You have a poor man, you have a wealthy man, you have a wicked man. The poor man says, "What do you want from my life? I was so poor I couldn't learn." The wealthy man says, "I was so busy, I had so many assets, I couldn't learn." The Rasha says, "I had so much taiva, I couldn't learn." So the Gemara says, Hillel is mechayiv the aniyim. Hillel obligates aniyim because Hillel had no money and he still learned. So Rosh asked an amazing question. The Rebbeinu Shalom does not expect anybody to do something that they're not able to do. So why is Hillel mechayiv the aniyim? If the ani could have learned, then he needed to learn on his own, regardless of what Hillel did. And if the ani was not able to learn, so then how is Hillel mechayiv them? What does Hillel do to obligate an ani? If this gentleman over here is able to learn, he should learn, regardless of Hillel. If he's not able to learn, what does Hillel do? So the Rosh would say that when a poor man, Hitaka is not able to learn until he sees Hillel. And when he sees Hillel, he realizes that it's possible, and he realizes that even when somebody has extenuating circumstances, they could dig deep down and perform, whether you're poor or rich or handsome or a Rosh or a Tzaddik. Meaning there are people in this world that before you meet them, you did not have the ability, and by seeing them, it now obligates you because now you see you do have the ability. This is one of the great insights of Rav Henach Leibowitz, Zechat Levracha, should be Meir to all of his Talmidim and to all of Klal Yisrael.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.